Innovative.
Innovative comedy.
That would be my Steve.
But
Like,
check
I
this
just
out.
said, when niggas
I'm
was
cool
growing
as
up.
Cam, the coolest motherfucker on the planet. And today I'm here with the homies and we want to talk some shit and laugh.
Hey.
Turn my ringer off.
With that
my
being said,
glasses
make
on.
sure you tap in with
I
our
see the
website,
bullshit.
www.theinnovativeculture.com. Follow us on Instagram at innovative.culture and innovative.comedy, and subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/innovativeculture. Who I got in the building with me today?
What's good? It's your boy Tony Grams. Follow me on IG at Tony Grams, TONY_GRAMS. Innovative comedy, innovative culture. We in here. It's another day. And got the homie in here, came back. That's probably what the fifth time?
Fourth or
or
fifth
something,
time.
at least
Yeah, it is
4
like
or
the 5th
5.
time. Yeah.
Let her introduce herself.
Yeah, what up? What up? I am America's favorite dyke, Sadiqua Scarlett. You can follow me at Sadiqua Scarlett on all social media platforms. And yeah, I'm repping the Valley today.
Hey,
Yeah, came straight out the Valley.
that 818.
Yeah, I'm Valley kids.
Hey.
How was the drive?
It was decent. Yeah.
Yeah, not too bad?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Okay, all right. I
Yeah.
think the time of day helps too, you know?
That's facts. I only we'll see when I'm going back.
Yeah, when you
Yeah.
flying out here,
What it do?
coming out here from Woodland Hills, and nigga, it'd be like a 32-minute drive in a carpool lane at 11:40, 12:20. And you leave after 1, nigga. That
It's
shit
a whole
be-
different story.
Nigga get here at almost 3:50 or some shit.
But that's the
nigga.
thing about LA
Yeah.
traffic though. Like, it's random. You
Yeah.
never know.
It's not
when-
random.
I feel like it is.
all-
because
it used to be.
this
It's
morning,
24/7.
any
Now
other
it is,
Monday,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
I leave early in the morning because everybody know Monday's like really my podcast day, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Monday mornings I get up.
It's work day.
Yeah. I'm on my way. I'm driving through Long Beach and I'm just hitting traffic. And I'm like, damn, why is there so much traffic? Everything's backed up. You got
Yeah.
big rigs. Everybody trying to merge lanes. And I'm like, damn, this ain't. Every time I take this route, I feel like I'm able to get to my destination in the time
Quickly.
I need to get there. But today was just a little something different, but it was random. And, like I noticed, it's just random days. You never really know what you're going to get. It could be an accident. It could be these people not knowing how to drive. That's
true.
Holding up traffic because they want to be difficult. So you got a lot of people in LA, too, who don't really
Know how to drive.
know how to drive.
You got a lot of people in the world that just don't really know how to
Especially
drive.
in the valley, though.
I learned that when I was driving Uber, because I would talk to customers and they would tell me like shit like, oh, I have a car, but I have driving anxiety, or,
the fuck?
it's a thing, where people just can't manage the stress of driving. It's
Some
not
people
an
can't
easy
drive the
flowing
freeway.
thing. Facts.
I've heard a
All
lot
the
of
cars,
women-
people are claustrophobic.
Like, why it
People
take you
go
an
through
hour and a half to
and
get-
I was
People
like,
don't want to
people
go on
be
them big
dealing
ass
with this?
overpasses or nothing like
I've
that.
had a few
Or
girls.
people don't want to
they
go
take-
over a bridge.
They don't take they'll be like, oh, it takes me an hour to get to you. And I'm like,
'Cause
you
I don't-
live like,
Because I don't.
and she's
I
like,
don't get on the
I don't
freeway.
drive the freeway. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah, my grandmother was like that.
yeah, I
that
know
bitch
my
got an
aunt
old
was like
soul.
that.
They got old souls.
That's how
They
my
got-
aunt was
when
like
you
that.
fuck with them bitches that do that.
Yeah.
But you got a lot of inconsiderate
stockings
drivers
and
too,
shit,
right?
and
So
slips.
like,
Make
I don't
hot water
know.
cornbread.
I work jobs where you drive, you deliver shit and all of that,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like, you got a lot of other inconsiderate people on the road, and if you're doing everything you're supposed to do, signaling in advance, like all right, I'm about to get over, and these motherfuckers just being assholes and don't want to speed up or slow down. It's like, come on
Yeah.
now, you ain't making it no easier for none of us. You just
But what I learned is that a lot of people are not outside of themselves, and so they don't even see you. They don't have no consideration for. They don't even see you. I'm like, yo, you don't see me.
They don't.
You
wanna
don't see my car like you.
for
You
real.
just gonna get over, and why
No
y'all
blinkers.
get?
I
Why
see
people
that
be
too.
getting over? What you call this? Diagonally
Yeah.
instead of merging over.
right.
I've seen people stop to get over, or mainly to
Yeah,
get
like, why are
over
you
to the
hitting
right,
your
but you
brakes?
just gonna come to a full stop and make everybody behind you stop,
Like, that's
so you can
insane.
get over because you gotta wait to get over. What type of dumb shit
But it's
is that?
crazy because these people was able to get their license,
Facts.
pass the test, and get their license. Whoever was the instructor that day when they went out and took the test felt they was good enough to pass.
Because you don't have to do much to pass.
At all.
You gotta be able to back up in some shit.
I never understood how people
drive
could
between
take the
some
test,
cones, some dumb
take
shit,
the test in
easy
other
shit.
languages when ain't no street signs in other languages.
Facts.
That shit used to always like bother me.
Yeah.
Like not like, oh, you gotta learn English like on some immigrant shit, but it was.
But a
just
lot
be
of the
like-
signs that
like,
we
if
have
you
don't really
driving-
have words on them. They're just signs.
They're colors.
Yeah,
they have
colors.
the same
What about
signs
signs? What
in
about
their
signs
country.
that say don't turn from 1 p.m.
Between
1 p.m. and 4 p.m.
Well,
Yeah, but
they
you
see
should
the
like time,
numbers.
though.
And they don't
They
know,
know
and
the
they just
numbers.
make a left.
Nah, they see the numbers.
Because traffic between those hours are crazy, and you hold.
All right,
Nah,
let me
but
ask
nah.
you this: Have
There's
you
a
driven?
circle
Have
with
you
a
driven in
slash
another
through it
country
and
where you don't
numbers.
have those signs?
Huh?
Have you driven in another country where you don't have those signs, like Mexico?
No.
Well, I live in Mexico,
I've heard
and
about it.
because I live in North Hollywood, that's essentially Mexico. However, these motherfuckers do not yield at the yield sign. They always stop.
No, but
'Cause it's
realistically,
red, though.
yeah. I've been to TJ,
Motherfucker.
Rosarito. You know, going down there and you see these different places. Traffic and people driving is a whole different world than it is
Yeah.
over here. It's like you just want to make it back without somebody hitting your car.
I've had like
You
my
wanna get
Mexican
to where
friends
you're
tell me
going
that
without
they
fucking
said
bumping
there-
into somebody.
They said there are no rules of driving.
You ever
in
been to
Mexico.
New York?
It's just don't be in. It's
They got
who's the most
signs,
aggressive.
but
You
it's
ever
not as
drive in
many
New York?
signs.
No, I
Because
don't
we
think anyone
aggressive
did drive.
drivers.
I didn't think anyone did
Nah,
drive. in
we
New York.
drive.
No,
People drive.
I feel like
Other than
it's too
bus
many
drivers
people
and
that
subway
drive.
New York
drivers.
is a very
Like,
aggressive.
and a cab driver. I've never seen anyone.
I
drive
promise
in
you, New York drivers are very. That's why I say if you learn how to drive in New York, you can drive anywhere.
the West
because it's
Side
a
Highway.
It's a very aggressive place. We don't adhere to like how we have lines in the street. Oh, thank you. That you stay in your lane. You stay in your lane. In New York, people just drive like we walk. Did you know
Yeah.
how we walk on the side? We walk like this,
Yeah,
and that's how we drive.
and I'm honestly.
So you
when
gotta
I'm-
be alert and be
Yeah.
on it.
I
And
kind of
motherfuckers
miss
be
that about society of like just even
That's
how
how I
LA
don't have no
downtown
fear.
LA used to look like that, or even when you on it where the area how we was just talking about PBS, that area like Vermont and Pico, that whole area back. I can remember as a kid just driving,
Pull the mic closer.
coming from like downtown, LA, going back towards like Crenshaw, and you would come down Pico and just to see the amounts of people on both sides of the street, and it would just be shopping at little boutiques or like little Mexican markets or supermarkets or beauty salons, and a lot of that shit don't exist no more. It's like I don't know, it just.
That
You want to
street
see
living.
that, yeah. Like
they
and I
force
think-
people to have to need a car,
and that's
to
what I
go
like
even
looking at, like old
supermarket
movies, and it
shopping.
kind
You
of
can't
keeps
just
that when you watch
or
old
go to the
movies.
laundromat.
But a
You
lot
know,
of that stuff kind of ended with the crack era.
I think it was still around after that though.
Yeah, but it was
Well,
the
when did
process.
the
It was
crack era
during.
end?
I feel like
What?
sometime during the 90s.
So okay, I was gonna say like '94.
I was gonna say sometime because
Like
even through the
96.
riots
Oh, I
and
know. I was
gonna
everything,
say
that
like
was still the crack
96.
era.
I know a couple people still smoking crack in
I
94
was
now.
surprised to hear niggas was still
Nah, but as
smoking,
far as it
selling
being
crack.
I
an
don't know.
epidemic, I
Years
know people
ago.
that's still smoking crack today.
Me too.
That's crazy.
But facts.
Like that's their drug of choice.
Facts.
Crack is their drug. It's like why would you choose? Why would that be what you want to do out of everything else?
From
that's
what I
available?
understand, it's one of the best highs you'll have one time.
Yeah, and then you chasing it for like
One time.
35 years trying to get that same high. That's
Man,
insane.
That's insane.
That shit just do something to your brain chemicals. That's what it is.
Man.
And then your brain can't never recreate that shit. Like you get a one-off. That's it.
You get a one.
Yeah,
It's a one
that's
shot,
it.
and you'll never ever
Your
get
brain,
it again.
it's like a flare gun. And that's the flare, like your brain is the flare. And once that shit is flared, nigga, ain't no more loading that shit up no more. That's a starter pistol.
Right.
Nigga.
But that's
Cap
what
gun.
that's
Cap
what
gun.
I
It's a
understand
cap
about.
gun.
With no more caps.
It's a lot of people out there with
Cap gun,
driving
you get from the
anxiety,
ice
so
cream
you be
truck.
patient with people, okay?
Yeah.
You like fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.
I'm always down to be patient with people, but it's the aggressive drivers that I can't deal with.
Yeah. And that you're doing.
It's
my
like
thing
you're
is
doing
gonna do
dumb
some
shit on the road, and you're gonna hurt somebody
and exactly.
or
and
everybody.
you're gonna be fine and go home and eat your fries from Wendy's, and
Eat your
nigga,
fries.
my shit's gonna be flipped over, or niggas is gonna be in a coma. It's just like I've always, and it's always the same
Like
type
I
of
see
driver.
those student drivers and shit like that. I give them the right of way. I know they learning. You know, I'm understanding to them. But it's these motherfuckers that's like, all right, they jumping lanes, trying to get to
think
where
they
they.
in
It's
Fast
like
and
everybody
Furious.
got somewhere to be.
Nigga, this is not Fast and the
Facts.
Furious, nigga.
I don't like when people be driving like the people behind them don't have somewhere. It's like, what the fuck
Family.
are you doing, yo?
It's family.
Like I'm trying to get somewhere too.
I have somewhere to go. Then when I roll up on site, but I gotta relax because that's not healthy.
You
Yeah.
always
Roll up
take
on
the
side of
subway a
somebody
lot?
and give them a real stiff middle finger, and they're like, "Why you keep flicking me off?"
Did you take the subway a lot in New York?
Of course, that was my number one. Besides walking, well, we did walk in but the train was my number one. I learned how to go from Brooklyn to Manhattan, all the stops when I was probably third grade.
So we
I
gotta
got a
make it back to
question.
we gotta make it back to
Young.
I
Coney
got a
Island.
question for you.
And
So
taught me
between
how
New
to-
York and LA,
Mm-hmm.
Who got more rats?
Well, in recent years, to be honest, New York.
But downtown LA is
It's like
it's a close
somebody
second.
opened up the floodgates. You want to talk about
they
border
got,
control?
Them is like them.
They opened up the floodgates for the rat community because when I was growing up, I had never seen a rat. It was something that we saw when you went down south. We had mice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When I was never scared of mice, but now I see straight up big ass rats with long ass
Look like
tail.
possums and
you
shit.
gotta remember, rats are aggressive.
Yeah.
So, yeah, mice are not.
Yeah, downtown LA got some cold ass rats. I just see some
Man.
shit down there where I'm like, I'm not coming back over here.
I done
You
seen
know,
some
you
rats
walk
here,
into your
too.
car leaving the club and shit, and it's like, nah.
You know what y'all got though?
They running
That's
under
different
the
from
car.
New York.
and
Yeah.
shit.
That I noticed here is y'all got, you can't tell because the weather's so nice. Y'all got so many homeless people, and
Huh.
it's a lot
And
of
you got a
it's a
hipsters.
lot of shit.
It's too many hipsters.
It's a lot of shit everywhere.
Yeah,
this
they
is a
just shit.
shitty ass place.
Mm-hmm.
It's shit everywhere.
Especially by the closer you get to the beach.
I used to think it was
It's like
dog
they
shit.
use-
And I'm like, man, don't no dog shit like this big ass.
It's like they use
steak
the
and
beach as a
potatoes
toilet
ass
bowl.
shit.
Nah, that's
Like
somebody shitting outside of businesses.
Man,
You
outside
get
of
ready
my
to walk-
building.
Yeah.
That's
It's
why
like
I'm
it's
stressed.
like the beach is a toilet bowl.
These motherfuckers, they take shits on the side on the
side.
But the thing
bushes
is, now
on the
these
side.
businesses that's out on the street, they don't want to let them inside to use their restrooms. So they like, fuck.
So it's the business's fault.
well, nah, these people ain't got nowhere to go.
It's your fault for
Man,
that shit.
go take a shit in the park
All right.
where there's grass and shit.
So
You
this
gonna
brings
shit
me
on
to
the
a topic,
sidewalk?
right? This
That's
brings me to a
crazy.
topic. The Olympics is coming to LA.
Yeah.
Well,
gonna
what
do
is
with all that
it?
shit?
2028, right? So in the next 4 years, they got to clean all the shit up.
Yep.
Literally.
That's what they did in Brazil.
So now, what do you think is gonna happen? Because they're gonna have, I think, 4 or 5 different locations. It's gonna be like LA, Orange County, some shit in Carson, different spots where they're gonna have these events at, and they gotta clean up the areas around there. They talking about putting a plan. They supposed to put a building together, a high rise to house all these people. But it's like now you're gonna put all of them in a confined space. None of the shit that's happening right now, the drugs and all of the other stuff, is really gonna go away. If anything, you're gonna give them a secluded place to do it.
All they gonna do is what
And
they
then
did
what's gonna happen
downtown
after
LA.
the Olympics? Is it gonna continue?
They gonna do the shit what they did downtown LA like 15 years ago.
What they did in
when they
Atlanta.
pushed everybody,
Clean up, yeah.
when they pushed everybody down closer into the 40s and in the 50s, all the homeless people went from Skid Row to like the bottoms. They all of a sudden all these homeless because I lived on the east side at that
So
point.
you feel like anybody that comes
but
out
that's
here for
when
the Olympics aren't gonna go past?
Yeah,
those
they are
areas.
not. It's gonna be the areas that you're gonna be in will be already cleaned up.
Facts.
But they did that when the Japanese bought all those buildings downtown in like I want to say 05, 06. And then all of a sudden all these homeless people started popping up like on Central, like randomly. And then the news started reporting a lot of the cops, LAPD was killing a lot of homeless people. Like the people were reporting like, yo, they out here like just like they killed like 4 or 5 homeless people in like a week, and then so they start leaving.
So do you think they
So
just
the homeless people start
pulling
leaving.
out their guns and killing
They,
them?
it was like they were doing shit. Like there was one lady, they shot the lady. She had a screwdriver, but everybody was like she was way down the alley. They were like at the front of the alley. She's down the alley with a screwdriver, and they just opened up on her.
All right, so now
And I think they were doing it to set the message to other homeless people. Like, and it did, and those homeless people.
I don't think that's
got
what
the
it
fuck
was.
off.
I think the lady was probably high on crack. and she coming at him with a
but
screwdriver.
It's a mix. Two things can be true at once, and it's not just one thing that she's just a crackhead. Yeah, they're all crackheads, or some of them are just in bad situations. But the fact that we can make an example out of this person to where these other motherfuckers realize we not playing with none of them.
You got a screwdriver in your hand and you ain't screwing nothing in.
And you
Bro,
200
something gotta be going on.
And you 200 feet away from the niggas, and they like fuck it, just give it to her. And then it showed the other.
And if you tell her
just
put
showed
the
other
screwdriver
cops.
down and she don't put it down, you got a weapon in your hand.
But
So,
are you charging
what you
towards
talking
me? This homeless person.
I know, but what are you saying?
I'm saying,
That she deserved to get shot?
I'm not saying she deserved to get
That's
shot.
what it sounds like.
I'm
It
saying
does- it does.
if you're not following protocol, if something you gotta be on something.
No,
But
well,
it's
you
still-
got to
you could
realize
tase
that
and mace a
probably
motherfucker.
85% of homeless people have mental issues.
Mhm.
So it's
Probably
just not
95,
That, it's
shit.
not that simple. I don't think that you just because she got a screwdriver. And in comparison, a screwdriver don't have nothing on a gun.
No, not at all. But you could still kill
could
somebody
tase her.
with a screwdriver.
Yeah, but you could
But
tase
not
her.
from
You could-
300 feet away.
Facts. You
And
could-
she's
you
just
could put her
standing
down.
there.
You could do
That's
something.
like
You could tase her.
that's like 3 of us are cops and we get out the car right here and she's standing by the grill. And she's just standing there. We're like, put it down. She's not a danger to us at any way at that point. So we open fire on somebody where that wall is. And to me, that's more, I can say you were a threat. Technically, you were a threat. But this is more of sending a message to these other motherfuckers of we want you out of here.
How many of them homeless people was actually able to watch the news to get that message?
No, I mean, how many of them seen it and they were standing there and seen it because they were on the news reporting about it?
I bet they know that you
like that's what I'm saying.
I bet they know how to use their screwdrivers better now.
It's just like they got a little holster for it.
I'm saying
they got a holster for it.
They homeless.
No.
These niggas ain't got no TV to where they watching that news report.
No, I'm saying, but a lot of them were on it. They were reporting. They were like talking to people that witnessed. Like tons of people saw the shit. That's why it became a big news story because they were like, there were people that weren't even homeless that were just like off at the bus stop. They were like, they just like shot her, and she wasn't like. So it was multiple things that happened. That was just one instance, but all of those happening back to back to back made the homeless they got the message and they moved more from Broadway and Fig. Even though I'm not saying you won't see homeless motherfuckers over there, especially after COVID bought them. This is 06.
Yeah.
So a lot of shit's happened since then where they are back in those spaces. But for that time, all that shit cleared all the way to like Los Angeles.
But what I could say is like every sub-city, right?
And they were selling
LA County
on Broadway.
Every sub-city of LA County has a homeless population.
Every corner of everywhere has there's homeless people.
No, that's not true. That's not true because I work in a lot of different areas. And a lot of these different, you don't see them at all.
But you know why you don't see them? Because a lot of homeless people aren't technically homeless. They're just outside because they want to be. So you don't see them because they're not outside when they're at that time. Guarantee you, in that same area, there's motherfuckers that'll be standing somewhere that just look out of place because they want to be outside. And then technically, they're considered. There's niggas that wake up and go stand in front of the liquor store and they're not homeless, but they appear, they smell homeless. That nigga has a house. That nigga's probably living better than
right. But they, technically, like you said, they're not homeless.
But looking at him driving down the street, you go, this nigga's homeless. If he asked you for a 50 cent when you walk in the liquor store, hey, the homeless nigga.
Nah, I wouldn't even consider
you
them homeless.
Yeah, if you walk by a nigga that smelled and was drunk outside of a liquor store,
no, I just think that nigga liked to drink.
But if he smelled and was like dirty too,
that mean he didn't take a shower and the nigga all he care about is drinking right now.
You try to do the whole nigga. Ain't no nigga that just woke up. I'm not going to shower today, but I'm going to.
I know niggas that do that
shit. Nigga. I'm going down to L&J.
You know why I can say that? Because I personally know niggas that do that shit.
Yeah, that is true.
I personally know niggas that do that. You wake up and the first thing you think about is drinking, not taking a shower, not changing your clothes.
That's real shit.
None of that. Oh, I'm gonna go to the store and get a drink. And I'm gonna try to ask any nigga that's walking into the store right now to help me cover the cost of this shit.
And it's crazy because I've known niggas that they're not at that level yet. They have jobs. But it's the same pattern.
But it's people who overcome that level too.
Nigga, before you even brushed your teeth, you like, I see you with a can.
I went to the mechanic the other day. It was like
I ain't even
7 o'clock
smoking
in
yet.
the morning.
And I wake up smoking. I'm still like doing push-ups, a couple.
Like,
see what's on YouTube, nigga. Check my messages, charge my phone.
As soon as the store open, but it's bars that open at like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning.
We open at 6.
Yeah.
Really?
Because
it's a longshoreman bar too. And a lot of them get off work at, say, 4 a.m. So it's been
or some of them get an hour lunch and they go spend half of their lunch break at the bar and then go back to work.
There's been times I've gotten to the bar to like stock and do shit at like, say, 7:30. That motherfucker's packed like more than a nighttime.
What?
Niggas in coveralls because they all fresh off. And you
especially on a Friday where they get off early.
10 niggas and say, there's 3 buckets on the table, 10 motherfuckers, and then each person is getting a round of 10 shots.
Yeah.
So 10 niggas just spent $100 each. And that's from 7:30. That's from and they were there maybe an hour before I got there. And they go hard from say 6:30. So, and they'll buy me shots. You done, Tone? I'm drunk by I'm like, nigga, I'm going home. It's 1. Yeah, and then they probably start cleaning up around 2.
Tony gonna go home and go to sleep.
And then wake back up and come to work at 7. Because that's literally, I've done that shit. I've been there at 7 in the morning, got drunk with niggas from 8 a.m. to like 12:30, went home, nigga ate, spun.
And you proud of that, huh?
Hey, because I was able to go back and I got money twice that day. Nigga, the mission was accomplished.
And you got liver damage.
Hey, nigga, but see, I didn't drink. I've never drank like that my entire life.
That nigga go home and drink a gallon of water.
I've never drank. I've never bought bottles to go home and drink. I don't drink alone.
Oh, you didn't?
I'm not a drink. I'm a
house?
smoker. I've never, unless the homies is coming over and they gonna be drinking that shit more than me. I've just never been a nigga like, let me get this bottle and go. I'll get a bottle. And if I do, that shit sits on top of the refrigerator. I used to get Remy from Costco every 2 Fridays.
I'll buy a bottle if I'm going to like a party or something,
and them shits would sit
and I'll end up leaving it there. Shit. You know, I wouldn't even take it home and finish it or nothing.
I'll bring a bottle, but I'm not gonna be like, where my drink?
I'll be going to get a bottle.
And it's nothing wrong with it.
If I don't finish it while I'm there, it's gonna get left there.
Like I'll go to the bar. I'll walk up to the bar and have like
two. Who house on that?
I might go to the bar for 2 drinks, and then the homies be up there and see me and what you drinking, and I might stay for 6. And I'm faded as fuck. Like, all right, y'all, and take my. But I can drink, and I used to drink when I was in my early to like late 20s, Hennessy, and we going hard in the morning, getting off of work at 5. That shit, I just stopped before I realized it could become a problem.
Yeah.
Seeing homies that was like, nigga, you younger than me. I'm the older homie. And I'm looking at y'all niggas like, nigga, you tripping. Nigga, y'all picking me up at 6 in the morning like, let's go to the liquor store.
That's
like,
crazy.
nigga, are they even still selling alcohol yet, nigga? I think we got to wait till 7 at least, nigga.
When I drink, I be needing like 2, 3, 4 a week to like...
That's cool, though.
To drink again because it just make me feel.
So like I go to the bar, like sometimes I'll be at home and I'll be like, should I just walk up here and get a drink? And I'll be like, fuck it. I'll stay at home and just keep smoking, watch movies, vibe, whatever. But sometimes I'll be like, fuck it, let me go up here and have one. And then the one might be 2, or it might be 4, or it might just be 1. Mm-hmm. But I just always kind of balanced out and then I had an uncle I watched growing up that was like, he was my grandma's cousin, or he was a cousin, and they grew up together like brother and sister, but he was half Native American. So, and you know, like say Native Americans are more predisposed to drinking. And that nigga, like, she was like, he started at 12. And she was like, we'd be in like in Atlanta in the South, like in Georgia back in the 50s, in the 40s and shit. And this nigga was like getting turned up. Like he was and he died at 59. He died. It just his heart,
it like liver or
heart,
something like
his
that?
heart, congestive heart failure. He died digging through the couch looking for change to go to the liquor store. Had a heart attack, and he had just got his own apartment finally, and he had it for about 6 months, and literally was looking through the couch, and his heart, I guess, bent over like that. The heart, you know, the stress or whatever, his heart went out. But he would come in.
Do you think if he would have found that change,
he would have still?
He would be here today.
You know, I mean, if your heart was already fucked up, either way
I'm
you
saying,
was gonna
even
check
drinking,
out,
I think the drink would have got him.
Keeping people alive.
It was that time.
Because he would walk around, he would come in the house, like say if he came in and like, hey y'all, what y'all doing? What's up, Cam? And he'd be looking, the whole time he's looking for like pennies and nickels and dimes. He'd pick up everything and then go get the cheapest, some slit smoked liquor, go get the, like he
cheap
so,
ass.
like he was like, so his whole day was dedicated to finding liquor.
Damn.
A taco bottle, when he get his check, it's a little.
But that's the same as them dudes that stand outside next for the 50 cent or $1.
But that's what I'm saying. If I would have saw my uncle,
get the little 24-ounce can of Miller High Life.
If I didn't know him, if he wasn't my family member, and I would see him outside of a liquor store, I would think he was a homeless nigga.
Yo, this dude
I wouldn't think that nigga was just
for 30 cents.
He needed the tax.
He needed
the
30
tax.
cents.
That was tax.
And so I said I don't have no change on me, but I went in my car and I had some change, so I went and I gave him. I just happened to pick up a quarter and a nickel.
He was like, thank you.
I was looking for 2 quarters because I was going to be gracious. I mean, you only asked for 30
Give him a
cents.
sandwich. I said $1, bitch. Do the back with the
What was that from?
Scary movie. That was the first scary movie. When Sydney gave him, he was like, do you have $1? And she gave him a nice fat ass Subway sandwich. That nigga looked at her. She was like, I said $1, bitch.
I gave him 2 quarters. He was like, I said 30 cents, bitch. I would have lost it.
Mike Epps had a joke about that of like, What did he say? He's like, yeah, these crackheads getting real descriptive now. And nigga, hey man, I just need $1.17. He was like, the fuck?
I mean, I was caught off guard with the 30 cent. I'm like, 30
Yeah,
cent.
that's just random. Maybe it's a bus ride.
Nah, it was.
That could have been a phone call back in the day.
Swollen face. I know that nigga was looking for a drink. His face was all swollen.
No.
Nigga had
Red
gout and
Eyes
shit.
was all red.
Nose-
Yeah,
his
he had
nose
the
was
gallon
red.
in his face and shit. I
Hey,
said,
I think I got
You
that
know it
shit
get
from
bad when you
drinking-
get gout in your face.
I think I got that shit in my right ankle.
You think you got that now?
No, in 2018.
oh, you had gout in 2018. Oh, okay.
nigga.
You've been cured
I
of
was
gout?
drinking. I was drinking like
that's
so.
why your
So
ass
I
don't
went
drink no
hard.
more.
That
You
was
had
when
gout.
no, I had already stopped. But that month,
What that mean? Your
That-
toes crystallized?
it was like
They
it was
just
my
fall
it was
off?
at my ankle.
You wake up one morning, you got full toe, your
It was
pinky
like
toe fell
that
off.
shit. That
What
shit
is
hurt
that sound
so
like? It
fucking
just-
bad.
it
That
sound-
shit, you can't see nothing. There's no. It's just the inside. They say like, what is it? The
nervous?
cartilage like crystallizes around your bones. So when they move, that shit fit. I swear to. And I'm just
That's how I
thinking.
feel.
I'm just thinking it was
Feel
like,
like the
it was
Tin
like my
Man.
almost like my
Like
foot
at
was
least-
falling asleep. So I'm like doing this.
Is that the
Yeah.
same foot you cut up when you fucking kicked
Yeah,
it?
it is actually. It
Yeah.
is the same foot I kicked the
I know
shit
your
with.
baby toes
But,
in that shoe right now.
Man, going through it. No,
Fact.
Nigga toe look like
Dead
my
light.
nigga off of I'm gonna get you sucker.
Nigga with
When
the
they-
throbbing big
Yeah.
toe.
yeah.
Nigga, but that shit, I was drinking damn near every day for
Yeah,
October
it's nasty.
because my birthday is in October. So I was at the bar, I was working every day, daytime, nighttime. So niggas was being, hey, your birthday? I'm like, man, my shit at the end of the month. They like, so what? Hey,
You wasn't saying
nigga,
that. You was like,
it got to a point for the first
But it's
week.
my birthday too.
So the first
Tell me
week.
that shit's not a classic.
So for
Fucking
the
I
first-
Love Lucy.
So for the first
yeah.
week,
You know.
for the first week, I was living. I was like, hell yeah, I was drinking it up. So I was like, let me slow down. And then it still niggas kept getting the drinks.
So you had gout for 1 month.
For like no, it
For 1
started.
week
I
in
want to say
October,
it
you had
started. It started. That shit lasted about 3 weeks. Like, cause
How you got rid of it?
And I just stopped. I could tell my ankle was swollen because even when I would wear my Vans, I could look and like that one was a little puffy. But I looked it up. I Googled it and they were like, it's usually either caused mostly by eating dirty meat. So like I was eating a lot of fast food at that time. I wasn't cooking shit. I was because I was at work damn near at the bar all the time. So I was like, I'd be there in the
Dirty
morning.
meat and alcohol.
So I would just eat just unclean meat, and I forgot what else it said.
So what you started doing, cleaning your meat?
I just you gotta scrub.
You gotta pull. You gotta pull that skin back.
Facts. I'm sure you have to pull up the balls or something and get behind.
You gotta snap them back.
There's something back there is the
Pull
crevices.
that chicken skin back.
The back of the balls. Did
Pull
you
that
start cleaning the back
pull
of your
that
balls to cure
drumstick
your gout?
on back.
You cured his gout from cleaning his ball sack. It's a miracle.
It's a miracle. God damn it. No, but
If you would like to get cured of gout,
Inquire today.
You feel me? For
Tony-
$19.99, you can get the gout.
that shit-
Secrets of a gout.
I seen that when I saw I just stopped drinking for one.
Yeah.
For like but I had it lasted for about and then like the little chick I was talking to at the time was massage. She tried to massage because I'm thinking it's just my ankle is hurting.
Like I've been working
And
hard.
because I noticed it while we were out drinking. And I'm knocking.
You know,
I'm
gout
like,
is something that flares up. Like
I've never had it again.
It's
though.
a flare.
It was just that one, and it was crazy. It's a dude that comes to the bar now.
You got
a little
it.
Asian dude. He's got
dormant.
it. He had
Dormant
that
gout.
shit for like a month and a
hiding
half.
right now.
His shit got so bad. Like he came and he was like, my leg
To
has
the
been
shadows.
fucked up. And then he came maybe
Your
3
gout
weeks
be on
later.
deck. Have one
and he
more
was
drink,
like,
nigga.
he was
Have
like,
one
yeah,
more
my
drink.
shit's still fucked up. And then he came a month later. This nigga's on crutches. So,
I mean, it
like,
kills
so
people.
I've
People
seen-
get their foot cut off and done all type of shit. People, people be suffering with gout. That's why I'm like,
I remember when Bobby
for you to
Hill
cure
had
gout,
gout.
it's
I just
miracle.
it just that shit was
miracle.
painful as fuck for 3 weeks, and I don't know it just went away, and that shit never came back. I didn't have that feeling no
That's
more.
right around the
The
corner,
doctor
though.
told you it was gout.
That shit hurt.
How you know it wasn't just water,
How you know it
like
went away?
fluid in your
How you
shit?
don't know
Because
it?
why would it just be on one ankle? And
Yeah,
not
but
both?
how you know?
Because it could have just been like
Fact.
fluid, like swollen.
Yeah.
Could've
It
been.
could have been, but how you know it went away too? It could just be chilling somewhere. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
It just
nigga.
went
Make
to
a
the back
good
of my
point.
head.
Yeah, nigga, I
That
can't
shit
wait
right.
the New Year.
Nah,
This
that's
nigga
why I
want to
don't notice
celebrate.
it.
This
It's
nigga
just
like
swollen.
October coming. This nigga
It's
gonna
just gonna bust
celebrate.
out. Oh, you getting drunk
He
again?
gonna start
nigga?
watching your ass. Oh, one more
Oh.
drink, nigga.
Oh, you drinking again?
On your
Nigga
ass.
said, "I'm gonna be swollen foot man for Halloween."
I'm gonna be Wayne head.
Well, what?
You ever Wayne Head?
What?
You don't remember Wayne Head?
Wayne
Nah.
Head.
Damon Wayne's cartoon. Wayne Head.
Yeah, because Damon Wayne's got a wooden foot.
And he had a
like
bit. He
that.
had like I think it was a club foot, or he had.
That's what he got in real
but
life.
They fixed it when he was little. He had to wear a big
They
ass
fixed
Herman.
that shit.
Well, he wore a big ass Herman Munster boot. So that's what he said. Like
Damn.
there you go.
We used to make fun of. I remember this part.
I love this shit. Hey, Damon Wayans is one of. I think low key next to Keenan, Damon Wayans is like probably the most talented one.
Absolutely, that's why everybody.
I think he
he's
is.
the next in the
I
hierarchy.
think Damon is funnier.
Funnier.
But when it comes to the
But it's
business
just,
side,
yeah,
I feel like Keenan got that.
Everybody respects Keenan because he put everybody on. We wouldn't know these niggas if it wasn't for Keenan. Even though Damon was on SNL first, Damon was in Colors before there was in Living Color. He was like Damon. Damon did have a career kind of before the Wayans brothers.
What was that shit? The movie he was in with Jim Carrey.
Earth Girls Are Easy.
Earth Girls Are Easy.
With
yeah,
him and
Earth
Jeff
Girls
Goldblum.
Yeah, that movie. And I feel like that introduction, even, that was all before In Living Color.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was working. That's one of the reasons why they got in Living Color.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He
Keenan
said-
came, if you listen to their interviews, on various interviews, they all tell the same story. Keenan came first.
Mm-hmm.
He came
Well,
out
Keenan
here
with
and
Hollywood
established-
Shuffle.
He established himself.
Then connecting with all of these other
writing
black
for-
comedians.
Yeah.
Because you
writing
get
and
Robert Townsend, Eddie Murphy, Arsenio.
Yeah, Arsenio, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Then you even had
kind of
Paul Mooney a
Yeah.
part of that too.
He was
Yeah.
part of the writing team.
Kinda
The writing,
lay
the
the
writing
flagship.
team was Paul Mooney, Arsenio, Eddie, Keenan, and Robert Townsend.
But how amazing is
the
it?
Black Pack.
Yeah.
Yep. The Black
Black Pack.
That was
How
there.
amazing is it, one, to have the Black Pack, and two, to like plan a flagship for your whole fucking family.
I just bought Bamboozle.
Man.
I just
Even
bought
for the people who
Bamboozle.
don't have 20
But
brothers
all of
and
them
sisters.
became like
If we
legends in
do-
their own
And
right.
Paul
Facts.
Mooney plays Damon Wayans' dad in the movie.
It's
And
important that
Bamboozle.
sometimes we have
It's just
somebody
hilarious.
that like is a leader.
It's a legacy. It's
or
a flag
you feel
planter.
me, like yeah.
He's a-
and
somebody
got
gotta
to
kick the door
open
open.
the door for those.
That's because
kinda
they're not going to be the one.
yeah.
Like everybody always says, like Jackie Robertson, he opened the door, but Willie Mays. You see what I'm saying? He's
He
the one
put
that
the-
like
he
he
put-
stamped
he-
down.
he put
Him,
the
there's like
flag in the
him
dirt.
and like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
other,
yeah.
like the other dude. I got his fucking jersey. The one that said the son of Sam. Reggie, I think it's. I ain't even gonna butcher it and forget it right now, but those were
You
like
brought it up.
like dudes like that. Like, to us, it's like Ken Griffey and shit. You know what I mean? Like that, because
Yeah.
that's what we saw be legendary. Like when you see it too, it makes a big difference for the generation. That's what I think a lot of people don't get, and that's what I was making
Yeah,
that
because
point.
everybody have day one for their generation.
And that's what I was making that
stands
point.
out. Definitely, because like Nipsey was a lot of.
I was just about to
for
make
a lot
that
of people
point.
during this
Exactly.
generation, but then
'Cause
it
you
was the
saw-
same as
you
Pac
saw him
for
do the
people that
shit.
grew up during the '90s.
And
you know,
we saw Pac do shit. And with the same shit I was saying to Twan last week to Killer, I was like, nigga, like we saw, like nigga, there's people, it smooths us into the next topic, but it's gonna stay a topic for a while with Diddy. But I was like, there's people that are like, oh, they taking a rich black man down, a powerful black man. It's another black man, and it's like, yeah, that could be true. But this nigga, when was this nigga black again?
no, but
This-
but
'cause
then
this
I've
nigga
even
never-
had people tell me like, oh, niggas is only mad at him because a nigga nasty. Like, when has it been a crime to be?
And
nasty?
I've heard that too, but I'm not. That's what everybody else can be.
But it's not just
we
being
know the
nasty.
truth
You could
about
be a
this nigga.
nasty nigga, right?
We know the
There's
truth
niggas
about
out
this.
here that's openly nasty, and we still accept them because it's like, yeah, you open about your shit, niggas know what you do, but you don't try to force that upon nobody. It's the
difference.
forcing shit upon people, and then the blackmail
The
behind it.
consent behind shit that you don't have to
Not only
record
that, you a
motherfuckers.
nasty person.
And you're
in general.
exactly. And
People
that's-
gonna be
You ain't-
nasty.
That's
You
my
ain't
point.
nasty in only the
Exactly.
bedroom.
That's what they're trying to spin it
That.
to.
You've been nasty to people.
Speak
You've
on it.
cheated people.
Speak
you've
on it.
stolen from people.
Want to jump a double
Yeah,
door
you've
refrigerator
set-
on this
you
nigga from
put
the
peop- You
rooftop.
put your own people and you go out here and
Shout
you
out
preach,
Jadakiss.
but you put your own people in compromising
And
situations.
nigga Jada said he gonna drop a double. I want to drop one of them double door joint refrigerators off the rooftop on son. And that's when he called in. Remember, you ever heard that?
Yeah,
that
he
phone
called
call?
the radio
They was
station.
going in on him for a good hour. Soon as Jada was like, "Hey, what y'all talking about dropping refrigerators on niggas?" That shit was hilarious.
That's
like
what
that
I'm
shit
saying.
bothered it.
There's some dudes that stood up to
And it's always
along
it was
the way.
the real niggas that he couldn't manhandle.
Yeah,
he couldn't turn. And that's what Freddie P was saying.
I heard that,
Freddie P was doing these interviews
before Big
now,
died.
and he's saying. So Freddie P's saying. Well, my point first before I get to that, I was saying people trying to use that black card, and I'm like, we didn't see this nigga do nothing for nobody black forever. And other than flex on niggas,
No.
and treat
Every artist that he signed got one album and then they got shelved.
and got ripped the fuck off, and you got their publishing.
ripped them off during-
and then
Carl Thomas, nigga, all these niggas.
Carl Thomas was smart enough to just get out. See, that's somebody I believe saw shit early and left. That's somebody that was like around, and even people that have interviewed Carl Thomas for years have always said he was like a real nigga that wasn't up with
What
the
about
bullshit.
Mario Winans?
He was just, to me, he's got, I've watched his backstory, and he's got a lot of little, not weird things, but he's just.
Ain't he related to BB and CC?
Some of them they
nephew.
said.
That's the
but then
nephew, right?
But then there was a dispute at one point where some of the Winans were saying he wasn't. I watched a little.
Probably because he signed with Diddy. And
Yeah,
they like,
exactly,
yeah,
real shit. So
we not taking him.
I watched like
Maybe
deep
he's
dive.
like a second cousin.
I felt like, I think it was.
They wasn't
I
claiming
watched
him no
this
more.
about
That's
like
my
2 years ago.
nephew's
Dry
daughter's
cleaners.
husband's
He used to dry clean his
nephew.
clothes.
kid.
And he was his Uber driver. He used to call his Ubers for him. Like, he
No,
wasn't
but
even
yeah, it's a
driver.
lot of people that was from Bad Boy at one
But
point.
we saw
and
this
then we
nigga
think
do
about-
more dirt to people than good. That's what it boils down to.
That's facts.
And what I'm saying with a nigga like Nip, people saw Nip do good. You see, that's why it's that point of when I think of him, I think of that picture of him standing over those kids at that like community garden.
Man, bringing
But that's the
technology-
difference, though. The difference is
technology,
bringing
industry
opportunity.
people
How to
versus non-industry
buy
people.
stocks and all
Nip,
type of.
would you look at Nip as an industry nigga?
I think it was a person that made it to the industry, but he wasn't an industry.
I wouldn't even call him that. I would
He was
say
a person that made
you
it to
were an
the industry.
entertainer and you were definitely like a part of the community of like, nigga, you famous, niggas know who you are. But when it comes to the industry, and we say the industry is a small community, a small tight-knit community of people who are all locked in with each other. That's the industry to me.
Well, so he wasn't. He definitely
that's
wasn't.
when all the little funny shit that gets
Well, he
put out,
was-
that gets
Can
promoted,
you
that's the
say
shit that's
maybe he was part
acceptable
of
and
it
things
then?
like that. Like that's the entertainment industry.
I mean, maybe he was at that point. Then he had made it to that level.
It's crazy
I mean, you
because
look
I'm
at-
out here in
I
LA
look at
trying
industry-
to break into the
He was doing
entertainment industry.
everything independently, and he was doing that for a reason, so he wouldn't have to be a part of that community.
Yeah.
Have to bend the knee.
Now, it's certain people who choose to be a part of that community because that's what they want to do. They don't want to fucking,
man.
you know what I'm saying? It's like you want to have that machine behind you. Back in the day, in the 90s, 80s and 90s, you had people being discovered.
Yeah,
Um,
they would break
Now,
people in.
nowadays,
DJs
it's not
would
like
break
that.
motherfuckers.
It's like however
Hey,
many followers you got,
nigga, they
or
not
how
pump it or
viral
dump
you
it.
can get. Those are the people that get famous.
You ever Pump It or Dump It, nigga? Shit like that. They would get. We first heard "Whoa" on Pump It or Dump It.
I
And that was
remember. I
another
remember
nigga-
Tito's Top 4, and I remember shit like
but
that.
no, but they were still even with
Black
Tito's
Rob?
Top 4 was still.
I remember the Whoa call.
Yeah, because that song was so hot that they out here in LA for like 10 years damn near.
They played that beat, and they would let people call in and do freestyles
beat
on the
Power
radio.
106 was "Whoa" for like there's niggas that got record deals that was like fuck doing songs with Snoop. Niggas that like blew
Off
up
of Whoa?
off of doing
For 10 years,
freestyle.
though?
For 10 years.
Every freestyle, what was it? It was every day. At
Every
like 4
day.
o'clock.
Every day.
And they like when
Nah,
Whoa
it was at
dropped,
night. It was like 8 or 9 o'clock at night.
They would do. I think they would do it twice because it would be 4. It was 4. It was like 4 or 4:30.
It was the
Can I ask y'all a
Goodfellas.
question?
It was the Baker Boys at first.
And then the
then
Goodfellas came on and
Goodfellas,
took
yeah.
their spot.
Yeah.
Corn and Ball.
Who?
Corn and ball. I'm like cornball, but she said corn and ball.
Oh.
He said the Baker Boys, and then he's. But anyway,
I get it. There's two
I
of
got it like
them.
late as fuck.
Corn and
Like,
Ball, yeah.
Corn and Ball. The Baker Boys.
But do y'all miss radio
Yeah. definitely.
Radio's not the same.
It hasn't been the
Yeah.
same since
since
Snoop
Snoop came through and
08,
stepped on
07.
I
the
want to say
building?
shout out to Black
That's over
Friday.
You-
Black
ah,
Friday.
I'm
That
saying,
was
nigga.
Young
Well,
LA.
I'm
my boy
representing. I told you I
C-Nice.
live where the blues live. I
Out here, radio, I think radio fully died like 2010.
yeah.
Because we still had Michael Baisden. And when radio is so good that you don't get out your car when you finally make
Fuck
it
that.
home.
The best thing on radio was Art LeBeau.
Yeah, that too, though. That's what I'm saying.
Dedication
He
out.
died about 2 years ago, a year ago.
Shout out to
That's what
Art
I'm
LeBeau.
saying, that generation. But when radio is so good to where you're not the songs,
Right.
the shit he's talking about.
The talking, yeah.
Michael Baisden brought attention to America, the whole Jenna 6 shit. Niggas
I still like Big Boy and shit like
talking
that.
about the Jenna. You remember Jenna 6?
Yeah.
Niggas didn't even know. I didn't know. I heard about that on the freeway and was like, "What the fuck is he talking about?" Like they beat up some black kids and then the white kid the black kids fought back and then they pulled guns on them and then they in jail or they getting it and then that's when Cube got all the buses. All that shit started from Michael Baisden on the fucking radio.
And Cube used to fuck with New York the long way.
That's where he went when he left NWA.
Yeah, Public Enemy took him in.
Yeah. He was all his beats was like he was fucking with EPMD.
He was fucking with Chuck D.
He was fucking with EPMD. Yeah. But even in that era, I can remember my uncles and all the older niggas in the neighborhood. The main shit people was listening to was Public Enemy and Lethal Injection. Niggas wasn't literally listening to NWA at that point. Gang banging, like kind of drug dealing niggas was still like niggas with big gold chains and with bread was listening to NWA still, what I remember. NWA. Everybody was listening to Public Enemy and Cube. So when he went solo, that was like everybody. Like white people, black people, young,
I don't know,
uncles.
Man. Niggas was
That's what I'm talking about. Like 90.
Point.
No, before I'm talking about 90, 91. Nigga,
California Coach.
I'm talking about 90, 91 before Death Row. Wasn't no Snoop yet. Wasn't no Death Row. Wasn't no Dog Pound.
Deep Cover came out in 91.
But like late, this is 89, 90. When did Nation of Millions came out in what?
It's like 89.
89?
88, 89.
And Cube went solo in what, 90?
90.
So say 89, 90. The only shit that was talked about in real music that wasn't rock, that wasn't fucking Van Halen, fucking
you had niggas like
David
you had
Lee
the
Roth.
Bay Area shit. Too Short was putting shit
but
out.
I'm talking about that shit was hot. It was hot.
I don't know. I didn't grow up listening to white people music.
No, but I'm saying just what was.
I'm just saying it was alternatives. Like niggas didn't have to. Like if you was on the West Coast,
no, I'm not
you didn't
saying
have
that's
to listen
all
to East Coast music.
I'm saying that's
you
all
had
you
Bay
heard.
Area music. You had, you know what I'm saying?
Because niggas
was out, the click was out.
Niggas was listening to Kumo D out here. Man, I heard niggas listening to Kumo D like a motherfucker out here.
But we also
niggas was listening to raw bass,
reggae, because we got a lot of West Indians.
Yeah, you got
that's what was out here. Dancehall, reggae,
and then like shit when R&B used to be the shit. They had R&B stations.
I came into R&B like that.
Early '90s. You got
R&B,
you got all that. The Vandross,
and then I was more like I liked a lot of oldies growing up. I liked
the
only rap.
Commodores.
The only rap I would listen to, like rapper that was when they came out, I always would listen to. Would be Redman. I honestly like the first. I'll say Redman and Busta Rhymes. Redman, Busta Rhymes. Those was niggas.
You know the first time I heard Redman.
I'm talking about like.
Look, the first time I heard Redman was on the Def Squad album.
Yeah,
that's the first.
That's where he came
That's
out
the first time I heard Redman.
But he came out with the Def Squad.
With K Solo and shit. I heard it with K Solo.
They used to call them twins.
Because I thought they was brothers.
Yeah, everybody used to think
he just K Solo got the wide nostrils.
But
then when he clicked up with Method Man and they started doing they shit, it was like, okay, I was really paying attention.
Yeah, so Redman did have a career before Method Man. So it was
a solid career.
Yeah,
and it was still, to me, he's like an honorary Wu nigga that just. Because he's been on the Wu albums and on features that was just, you've never heard Redman come whack, ever. Even if the song was trash.
Even to now, he be spitting
everything's always fire. If he remix some
Instagram
shit.
Page.
If he reflip a nigga's song, when he flipped Usher's,
I like Keith Murray until he, kind of got.
He started wailing.
He started tripping, doing all that crazy shit.
I think that's that wet. That's that water. And he's like, I squared up with Tupac on Sunset.
But as far as it being a lyricist, it's like niggas dope.
Nigga,
you know?
I squared up with him. On my mother's on square. Like niggas was behind him. Like, no, my nigga, chill, bro.
What's that where he said he was dating Bill Cosby's daughter, and he was like, yeah, it just kept fucking me up because he looked just like Bill.
That's hilarious.
I'm like, man, this nigga wildin', bro.
I had a homie that was like a lyricist, super lyricist, and he was a language major. Like, you know, he took like speaking and just the art of just words, and he was like, he fucking hated Keith Murray. Because he was like, because he was a rapper and he was a lyricist, but he hated that people thought Keith Murray was such a lyricist, and he said, and his biggest song was the most beautifulest thing, and he was like, that shit ain't even a fucking word. Like he was so technically bitter that he had a song called the most beautifulest and beautiful.
Did he do a diss
thing.
record against Keith Murray?
I wouldn't be surprised if he did, honestly.
It's a word now, nigga.
You made it. It's in the lexicon. Deal with
Facts,
it.
deal
It's
with
like
it.
Spider-Loc did Beautiful World.
That's
So how
true.
you know?
Facts.
That's true. I forgot about that.
There it is.
How you
It's
gonna
like
take that away from somebody?
It's like getting ethered. Ethered wasn't a word, and ethered became a word.
Nah,
but
ether-
Ether is a word, but getting ethered wasn't. That became just like
That
now.
became a phrase.
Just like getting drizzy.
We're not gonna call it a word. We're
Getting
gonna call it a
drizzy.
phrase.
Now it's like getting drizzy. Like
I agree.
So
It's a phrase.
So we kind of touched on the pause on the Diddy.
You was touching on Diddy with gout.
Did you have baby oil on it?
Your pinky toe there.
He was greasing my ankles.
He was greasing your pinky toe.
He was at the party talking about, come on in.
Take that.
Put your foot up on the ottoman. You got a room full of ottomans, nigga. That means niggas be bending over on these.
Yeah.
If it's too many,
Thought I
if
told
it's
you
more
that, we won't
ottomans,
stop.
if it's more ottomans than chairs,
beds in the basketball.
there's supposed to be more couches than ottomans.
Right.
There's supposed to be more chairs than ottomans.
Nah, the
There's too many
ottomans
Wait,
is just to
he
bend
had
niggas
beds
over.
in the basketball court.
Oh.
It was beds every. So it's like 6
Like
beds.
nigga, that's
in
like
the-
a sale. This
What
nigga
is
got,
wrong with
that nigga
you,
got
dude?
cubicles. You can go to do work. Get your ass in there. Bust it open. We gonna crack them cheeks.
Pause.
Hey,
Ain't no pausing.
ain't no
around
pausing
here.
with that nigga. He going when you and Diddy be wanting a party.
You
and
said
got
we
to-
like you about to be a
and
part
you
of
got
it.
to tell him no. What that nigga Cat Williams say? Diddy be wanting a party, and you got to tell him no. Nigga, like,
But over the years, it's crazy because he just like ain't no party like a Diddy party. He been sending niggas subliminals for years. You look at all
been-
these interviews that's
LeBron
been
saying that
resurfacing.
shit.
LeBron,
You ain't seen them clips?
but they saying that
You ain't
him and
seen
LeBron,
them?
they saying LeBron and Diddy are both a part of the boule.
Yeah, of course.
Come on, we gonna talk about all this shit.
Yeah,
Let's
they've
fucking
been
get
saying
it out
that.
there.
The boule,
Boule. What the boule got to do with this?
because it's always the boule. It's almost like the Negroes that are put in position to.
Yeah, I
to
know what the
set, you
boule
know,
is.
Secret society of
I
know
Negroes,
what the
But it-
boule
it's
of
like-
Negroes of
I
prestige
know,
and
above-
power.
I know what
that
it
are-
is. My
that are-
thing is,
yeah.
what does it have to do with?
that the agenda is always given to those same people to present to us to keep us in a certain state,
Because they're the most powerful
and
black
we look
people.
at and we look to them
Or
for
the most-
influence.
So is
The
this
same thing with
associated with
politicians.
sacrificing or sexual
No, it's not-
deviance?
well,
or-
that too.
that can be in it, but not this, but
how
not
you
this
said
sector of
boule
it.
is
I don't
like-
Because
think-
some of these things is happening at these parties,
But I don't
and a
think
lot
it's
of
this
people is
sector.
like running for their lives, or they afraid to talk about
they-
it
or they
because
dig
they
their
feel like
eyes
nobody's
out.
gonna believe them or something.
they dig their fucking eyes out after, like Houston.
yeah.
Or cut their penis off and try to jump off the balcony like that one nigga that was from that little clique in the Wu-Tang. Black something Christ. Black Christ or
These
something.
people get in these positions, these situations, and it's something foreign to them. They don't know what they seeing. They don't understand it, and then they be ready to tell somebody. But you got somebody over on the side that's like, yeah, you know what's gonna happen if you talk about what you see right here.
Yeah.
Not even signing the NDA. It's like they telling you straight up,
Straight up.
yeah.
Because
Don't need no NDA for
I've
this.
known girls that have gone to famous comedian parties when I was like a teenager, like 17. I'm working. We were, the hot chick at work. She maybe a year older. I'm like, she probably 19. Literally, she like, oh yeah, we went to a party at this nigga house and we had to sign papers and nothing happened. But I guess, he threw one girl out because she was trying to record with her phone and like it's.
All right. Something I read recently. Jamie Foxx was sick recently, right?
That's crazy. Now I gotta say it. That's the person's party. I didn't want to fucking say it. That's crazy how
Jamie Foxx was sick.
That was the party.
He
Yeah,
was
threw her
sick
out of fucking
recently.
party.
And it's
That's
some shit
fucking
coming
crazy.
out where he's talking about, well, since Diddy's already in trouble, yeah, Diddy was the one that poisoned me, and that's why I got sick.
What?
I think I saw that clip.
He said he said it out of his own mouth on a clip. That's crazy.
A lot of weird shit. But that's crazy how that was the next name out your mouth, and that's literally.
But we all saw that,
That's the
right? And
party
we was
she
all
went
like
to.
praying for Jamie, and it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, come on, we want to see you make it through this. And didn't nobody know what was wrong, but all the family was saying was like, he's in recovery, he's getting better, but it was a bad Diddy party.
It's like
That's-
so.
and I heard that
Jamie
when
started
first-
throwing parties
I
because
heard
he
that when
wanted to
first
be
went
like
in.
Diddy,
Yeah,
to a
yeah.
certain
But I
extent.
heard his
But
parties
then
was
once
lit.
Diddy saw, Jamie Foxx
But-
throwing parties, I'm gonna start investing in your parties, but now your party's gonna be like mine.
I do remember hearing
It's
that.
gonna be the whole
and I
shebang.
remember him saying that. I remember even Jamie saying that. And that's what. So the old girl told me about these parties at Jamie's 98, 99.
I had some,
and so like
a couple
you see what I'm
homegirls
saying?
that
This is like
we
were
go
like
to
young.
these parties and they
I was
telling me about
17,
the shit.
18,
Just
What they
turned
told
18.
you about it?
We going to Jamie
You
Foxx
can't
house. He got a
report-
party
can't-
going on. Yeah, and then that's
And
all you know.
it. Yeah.
That's crazy how I tried not to say the name and just
Nah, it's all right.
just worked
It's all
out like
right.
that was supposed to
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah,
but that's who's and she
Yeah.
would always cause she was dating one of his friends that would always be on the show. He was like he had like he'd either play like a bartender or the cop on the show. He was funny as fuck. I think he was a comedian at a point, but that was I guess she was kind of like hanging around with him. And they would go to these parties, and she was like, "Yeah, he make us sign little papers, but he threw a little white chick out because she was trying to like record." She was like, "He just be like playing the piano." She was like, "She never told me about no weird shit." But that was before when Diddy was saying like, "Yeah, I told him like you gotta like I gotta show you how to do these parties." Like kind of like let me
He started putting money into the shit and investing into his parties.
What it is, you got connections to the guest list. Mm-hmm. You a A-list Hollywood nigga. I'm an A-list, but I'm a rapper. So niggas is probably looking at it like it's just Diddy. And then if you connect with the nigga that's an A-list nigga that's in Oscar-winning movies now, your guest list just compiled. Literally, you got the guest list that.
It's such a waste of time, yo. I hate it. Like the fact that. Diddy got all this money, all this prestige and shit, and he's an asshole. He did all these horrible things to people. It's just a waste of fucking. And then so all the people who've been associated to him, they silent. Where all them niggas that been on his dick for 20, 30 years?
I don't think they all silent. It's some people that's coming out.
Let's talk about it.
So it's the ones. It's sections of niggas. It's
I ain't heard a bunch
It's the niggas that are coming out. That I feel should still be held accountable because you full of shit. Because you want to come out because the paperwork is out and videos are out and stories
themselves.
are out, and you trying to pad your shit before those.
They say
niggas,
the people stepping down from a lot of these
then it's those niggas.
Companies got to do with this.
But then there's the niggas that have been doing interviews for fucking 15 fucking years saying this shit. Everything that's in the paperwork.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
think a lot of this shit got bad for Diddy when the whole Keefy D shit happened, when he got arrested for the Tupac murder.
Because
they wasn't really talking about too much, They was just Keefy D
first
saying
time I
Diddy
heard
was the
that.
one that paid me to do this. Now I've been saying that once they get him for anything, they're gonna tie everything that they want to talk about with him too. So now it's going to be the Tupac murder. It's going to be all this other shit. Besides being nasty, yeah. You got arrested for being a nasty nigga with all this baby oil and these videos and all this shit they found.
But they found like AR.
But you about to be tied into everything else. Paying niggas to go and commit murders and all that other shit. It's like now they going to hit you for everything because you already in jail.
That's why the feds
and they got him in one of the dirtiest jails in New York.
Oh, bro.
That's
Back to Freddie P, though. So the interview, you got to watch the Freddie P interviews. Because he's like, nigga, I'm the nigga that Freddie was the one that used to suck his thumb and make it a band. So he said it a year ago. He was like, I feel like niggas is bitches because now everybody want to come out. And niggas was saying I was a weirdo and I was a hater and I was crazy when I was saying this shit 15 years ago. So 20 years ago, now here we are. And now niggas want to be bold and tell their story, which is bullshit.
Because it got to hit the media
first. He goes the cheesecake story. So when they walk to go get cheesecake, he goes, so Diddy like, yeah, y'all gonna walk? And he like, we like, what the fuck? Like, what you mean we gotta walk? He like, man, y'all gonna do it or whatever. So he like, he was like, he knew he couldn't bully me, but he would always try to get at me on some, because he knew I was everybody else was kind of kissing his ass. But Freddie was the only one that bounced the fuck off the show. He didn't get kicked off the show. He just left. He just stopped showing up.
Because they wasn't recording. Nigga always
he was like, fuck this.
Closing the studio down.
So he said they go to get the cheesecake. He said we get there to get the cheesecake. We get the shit. Now they like, let's go back. He like, fuck that. I think he said it was him and Chopper. They was like, fuck that, nigga. We ain't walking back. Nigga, we took a car back. We taking a car service back. And he like, what? The other ones, all of them, no, we can't do that, Diddy. He's like, nigga, Diddy didn't say fucking walk back. He just said walk to get the cake. So he's like, nigga, me and Chopper got in the car. So he's like, that's why when you see the house, we already at the house because we took the car back. He's like, so they get back, they try to try to rat us out to Diddy. So he like, Diddy, when we in front of the building, he's like, what, they cut out the scene. Nigga, the cheesecake wasn't even for Diddy. Nigga, he goes, we in front of the building, and he like, yeah, he's like, we handed to, he like, I don't want that shit. Take it upstairs to Beyonce. She upstairs in the studio.
Beyonce?
Nigga, the cheesecake was for Beyonce.
Why
Nigga,
would you have somebody?
he said the shit wasn't even for him. He was like that. He's like, when we went to hand it to him, he was like, that shit, I don't want that shit. Take it upstairs in the studio. He said they just cut that scene out. Now I'm a land the plane with just a feeling some shit I had. All right, I got you. Like it's a lot of shit that like kind of unfolds. And he said, even Freddie said he felt they cut it out because it made her look bad in a certain light. And it was just certain shit I seen when I was younger when she was on Punk'd. And it was just some shit that made me like, they punked her and she dropped a big ass Christmas tree all on all these kids' gifts. And it was like, it ruined Christmas. And everybody's like, it almost hurt a couple people. That's the joke. And when she does it, she just kind of, the first reaction, she kind of like looked at her nails to make sure her nails wasn't broke. And that shit always just sat with me of like, if I just dropped like a tree on a bunch of people, and I know, and I'm not knowing this is a joke, and I'm like thinking people are hurt and kids are screaming, and like, and my first reaction is to just kind of look at my nails and just was like, and she just kind of shrugged. I'll always remember that episode of Punk'd, and that's so for making somebody walk to another city for cheesecake doesn't seem far fetched.
I mean, it's not
for that same. It don't mean she's an
borough,
evil,
but it's not another city.
But yeah, but it's
to
just
give Diddy some credit. Junior's is right off the bridge. As soon as you cross the bridge, it's
and then
so
Freddie said when they tried to dime him out about taking the car back, he said they took the car back. He said Diddy was like, so like I didn't tell y'all niggas to walk back.
Right.
And he said we was like, see,
especially if it's for Beyonce. You don't want
they was just
Beyonce
mad that they fucking had to walk
they was
back.
smart enough to think about it, and they was like nigga, we all could have drove back and you just didn't say shit.
They low key could have drove there too. It's like
really,
but they had a
you might have
camera
got
crew
there
with
quicker.
but they didn't have a camera crew on the way back.
I think they did.
The camera crew drove back.
Depending on where they were,
They
in
probably
Manhattan,
walked with
it's
them.
probably
The camera crew probably
quick
walked
walk.
with
It
them.
probably
But like
wasn't
she
that-
said, it's just boroughs. And
I
that's
mean,
why, nigga, we used
there's
to
a
walk
bridge,
through.
you
We
walk
used to
over
walk
some
from
water.
Crenshaw
Yeah,
and
but you got a
Pico to,
heavy
like,
ass camera on your shoulder.
Hey, nigga.
You walking off.
We used to walk from like Crenshaw and
camera
Pico to
crew
like
probably
Wilshire
took the
to
train
Wilshire and
or
Highland.
something, or took
Like
the
just
car.
walking to go play basketball. We'll walk from like to like La Brea in Wilshire, nigga, from Crenshaw and Pico. So walking when you don't think about it ain't really shit, especially if you with
Walking
a
in
group.
city streets is dope.
With a group. And y'all talking
Even by
and laughing.
yourself.
But we gonna what you got anything coming up before we get out of here? What's your next
Geez, you caught me so off guard. I was all invested in Diddy talk.
She's I'm all oiled and ready to go.
What's your lineup looking like?
It's like a
I'm at
well-oiled
Costco.
machine.
Shit.
You had to use all the puns.
Oh,
a
man.
well-oiled
So,
machine.
What I got coming up? Shoot, I'll be on Earthquakes.
That's dope.
Radio show, Quake's House.
Make sure I know Ottomans in there.
So I'm not sure when it airs, but it'll probably air around the 10th.
Hell yeah.
Somewhere around that or something like that. But anyway, and then I don't even have anything booked. So book me, people.
Yeah, I know you got the
but
150th episode.
Oh,
the stand-up
absolutely.
special.
So
The innovative comedy.
Stand up. They're 100 and what? What is it?
150.
150.
Well,
Wow.
We've been doing this show for 3 years.
Since like early
Hey.
2021.
3 years. Yeah.
50
We was doing
shows
this
a
shit in
year?
early 2021. That's when we started.
Early.
It was like, what, like
2020.
February?
So this is our third stand-up special. Well, we're really fourth now because we did one for
the High
Tony.
and Fly.
So this is low-key our fourth stand-up special that we're doing through Innovative Culture, but our third one for Innovative Comedy. 150 episodes.
Hey.
It's a milestone, and it's definitely gonna be some shit to look out for.
I'll
We
be
still
here.
got tickets on sale right now. Anybody that want to tap in, they can go to our Eventbrite or they can hit us up, get the hard copy tickets. And you're going to see Sadiqua on there. You're going to see Tony
Hey.
Grams. You're going to see some other dope comics that have been on the show from episode 100 to 150. Sadiq was on like 10 something, like somewhere towards, one of the earlier ones, like 106 or something like that. Somewhere back there.
But she was all in what? From
Is that the first?
You was in like the first time had to be like probably like what?
No, yeah. But like I said, we
2020.
showcasing everybody from the last 50 episodes.
Yeah, we
Okay.
just.
So even music acts that's been on, different artists that we had on.
It's
the
gonna be like an
interview.
event.
Yeah, it's
The
gonna be
last
dope.
50
We'll have
episodes,
vendors.
But it's gonna be a live taping.
Some vendors.
Private location. We definitely gonna keep saying that. So you gotta tap in with us. It's some exclusive shit. So yeah, everything gotta happen beforehand. You don't get the address till you tap in with us.
That's how it is.
Yep. It's gonna be a real live show.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be dope. We're gonna have food. We're gonna have drinks. It's gonna be
Food gonna
some
be
vendors.
smacking,
It's gonna be real nice. So you definitely don't want to miss out. We got some really good supporters that have been rocking with us for the past 3 years, And we really appreciate y'all for tapping in on every episode, watching everything that we do.
I've been having motherfuckers pull up at shows now, like, hey, I came to see you. I was like, thank you. Who are you? Oh, I watched your show. Like,
Hey.
I was like, damn, that's dope, bro. Like, they be like, yeah, I know Cam, or I know Punch, or I know, like, it'd be people that just know. I'm like, that's dope. Like I said, I'm gonna keep telling it. The porno star recognized
You
me.
keep building a fan base like that, you know. And
she was like, I know you from somewhere.
And we're going to have
I
some
know
dope
you.
content coming out of this event. It's going to be
She
real
was like, I know
nice.
your voice.
Shout out to my boy Shooter in the building.
Yeah, shout out.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. Well, Sadiqua, tell everybody where they can find you at.
Y'all can find me on all social media platforms at Sadiqua Scarlett, and that's Sadiqua Scarlett, Scarlett. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Yo, help me get my TikTok up so I go live and really talk shit.
I don't like
Yeah, well, you don't like TikTok?
Halo too funny.
Tony smoked too much to be on TikTok.
And it's not even
That's
the
what it
smoking.
is. That's exactly what it is.
That's
It's for short.
That's the
It's-
main reason. The other
it's
reason
for short
before
attention
because they weren't
spans.
tripping
It's
on the
like-
smoking at first.
No, but they are
the first
now.
time. What was I don't like that niggas they'll mute your shit for cussing.
Yeah,
or
they do
saying
have a
some
lot
shit,
of rules.
But bitches can have a butt plug, a light up butt plug in with their
It is
legs
a
behind
very-
their
As
head,
long as they ain't smoking.
twerk bent over twerking with like they booty turning colors.
That would be a great
That's
topic because
crazy.
it is a very controversial platform. They do like shut
It's
you
very
down for a lot of
censoring for black
facts.
creators.
Well, first of all,
Specifically,
it's our
black
colloquialism. It's just the way that how we talk to each other that it's unacceptable. It's a violation. It's just like, but amongst us, this is how we talk to each other.
Okay,
We say
we need to create a social media platform.
facts.
Every
You know,
time
we used to have
do it,
Black
they just gonna
Planet and
buy it
shit
out.
like that back in the
need-
day. We need
Every
something
time we
like
do it,
that,
they
Every
right?
time we
just
do
buy
it,
it
they
out.
buy it, right?
They just gonna
Shout
buy
out
it
to
out.
Shooter again. Maybe we do like a Wild Black,
Man, we need
you
to
know?
be dedicated to each other.
Make
like
it
the
an actual
Wayans
social
family.
media platform.
You got to create your own
Feel me?
space. You
So,
create
yeah.
your own shit.
Something for us and by us.
That's
Fubu.
right. Fubu in this bitch.
Fire us. Fuck you. Boo-foo.
Tony, tell everybody where they can find you at.
It's Tony Grams. Follow me on IG at Tony Grams, TONY_GRAMS. And we got the show coming up, like I said, 150th episode, October 12th. Sadiqua Scarlett, Luis Noriega, Shantanette Morgan, Mario Caballero,
You got Sling
Sling
Johnson
Johnson
hosting.
and myself. Is shit gonna be?
We're going to have some dope music
Way live.
performances,
Young
too.
LA,
We're going to have G5 in there. We're
G5,
going to have,
Brandon Marquise.
oh, yeah. And my
Yeah,
boy
so,
LY,
yeah.
yeah.
It's gonna and LY, live it up, nigga. We gonna live it up. Yeah, I forgot teachers when you say it. It's just like, hey, I just said, live it up to you. Yeah.
Hey, that's going to be
Hey,
hype,
soon as
bro.
that's gonna be sick. That's dope. So yeah, tap in. Got some other shows coming up. I'm gonna be at the Turk Market October 27th. So you got some time to make sure just to get ready for that. But that's every time I do that, it's a big like cool little event. So you come through. That's gonna probably be like my 16th time performing there. So I'm like, I can't wait till I get to like 20. But
Hey,
that's sick though.
That
but,
nigga
yeah.
said 16. That was a real random number.
They was the first. They were
candles.
my fourth show when I started doing comedy and the first venue to pay me.
sweet 16.
That's dope.
Mhm.
That's
So
dope.
it's
They
like,
going to pay you for the next one?
They shit. They pay me for all of them.
Yeah, let me hold a couple of dollars.
Hey, just a couple
That's
dollars. Just a couple dollars.
Well, y'all can tap in with me at COOLAZZCAM. Tap in with our website, www.theinnovativeculture.com. Follow us on Instagram at innovative.culture and innovative.comedy. And subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/innovativeculture. And be on the lookout for the 150th episode coming soon. We still got some open seating. We got tickets available right now on Eventbrite. We got hard copy tickets available. Y'all DM me, Innovative Culture, Innovative Comedy. Tap in with any of us, and we're going to make sure we lock y'all in. And we're going to see you on the next one.
Innovative comedy.
Innovative.